Some of these girls want to get treated like princesses and they're needy and stuff like that, but they don't even give blowjobs. And it's like, come on.
No, that's a waste of time.
That's a hell of a waste of time right there.
But
Who the hell
anyway,
wants that?
if you are gonna, if you do decide to get married, we've talked about prenups, and a lot of the times when people hear us talk about that, they kind of cringe. You're like, oh, I would never do that.
It's the P word.
I love my significant other. I'm not gonna do that. But the thing is that all these other 50% of people who are getting divorced, they also thought the same thing. They also thought that they loved and they're gonna be forever and ever, living happily ever after with two and a half children and a white picket fence and a dog, and then it just doesn't turn out that way. So again, a prenup is just an insurance of sorts.
Yeah.
In case the other person changes for the worse or you change for the worse, because we also sometimes screw up.
If I think if you're going into the marriage and whatever, and you decide to get married and you treat it as a responsible thing, and the responsible thing to do would be getting a prenup. I think that would be for both parties. Yeah. That's responsible. And I've talked to that's responsible.
I've talked to friends about it, and initially, they resist the idea when we first start talking about it. Like, nah, I would never do that. But then they start hearing the logic, and they change their opinion about it. But they still wouldn't. They still won't do it. Like if they had to, they still wouldn't. So I mean, that's the no, but that's the like hard part to understand about people. Sometimes they know what's best, what they should do. Well, we know what's best, what we should do, but yet because we're brought up in a certain way, we're just either afraid or that's not going to happen to us, or any number of reasons that we give ourselves as excuses. So
it's crazy because I asked one of my friends right before he was gonna get married, or we were at a bar having a drink or whatever right before his wedding or close to it, and I asked him, I was like, hey man, this is probably not my place to say this, but you are a good friend, and I know you're not gonna take it the wrong way. Do you see that not necessarily that a divorce is that I want them to get divorced, but divorce? He's like, nope, it's not gonna happen, and I'm like, okay, so I kind of was like. And he was so sure of himself. And a lot of us are. And that's how we go into it. So it's 100% understandable that why we don't want to take certain precautions, certain measures to protect ourselves going forward in case of a disaster. I understand that. But if you're a logical person, or ourselves, we try to be as logical as we can, we're still going to put those safety boundaries and those insurances in everything. Listen, even certainty comes with a little bit of uncertainty, 100%. So we can't totally say that nothing can happen because you don't know this person 2 days from now. You don't know this person 5 years from now. So
we're not even the same person on a given day. We wake up all grumpy in the morning, like I need my coffee before I can talk to anyone.
And this is the thing, though. Like just from different articles that I've read on infidelity, it doesn't start as, oh God, I'm gonna wake up today and I'm gonna cheat on my wife. Or I'm going to cheat on my husband.
That's not what your tweets say.
Yes, my tweets are amazing. Follow me on Twitter, guys. But anyways.
Link at the bottom.
Link at the bottom, yes, for both of us. So anyways, I think it was time we let them know our social media, right? So anyways, 100%, we don't wake up with this thought of wanting to doom a marriage, especially if there's kids involved. Now you're starting to think for 2-3 other individuals. Now this is a little bit bigger of an issue if it were to go down like that. But nobody wants that, and it's 100%. What you were saying is everyone resists it though, but it's a real possibility that this can happen.
Right, and again, it's an insurance. It's not necessarily that you're gonna get divorced or you're already with the thought, because I do hear that if you're going with that initial thought in mind, it's already guaranteed doom, like it's not gonna work out. But no, it's not. I mean, I get insurance for my car not because I have the mentality that I'm gonna get hit by a car or hit a car. I get it just in case something happens, because life is unexpected. Things happen unexpectedly.
Look what happened earlier 2 days ago.
Oh yeah, I have an injury, but that was your fault.
It was my fault. Being a jackass. So yeah. So anyways, I'm sorry. I feel bad about that. But anyway.
But I would another thing about prenups too that people say, like, well, I don't have any assets. I'm like, well, are you planning to be
A loser forever. Yes.
So, I mean, if you are, then okay, you don't need a prenup. But if
Also
you
don't.
are trying to succeed in life, whatever that is, then it just makes sense again.
Well, there is a positive way to look at it. You know why divorce is so expensive?
Because they're worth it.
Because it's worth it. So obviously, people are getting divorced out there. 50% of people still getting divorced because it's worth it, and they've gone.